Is life happening to you? What is one thing that can help you turn that around so that you can be a real co-creator with your source energy, the universe, whatever you want to call it, in your life? Hi, I'm Kaylin, and I have been a spiritual teacher for nearly 20 years. Sorry, she's distracting me. I have written several books on spirituality, including Be You, Be Authentic, Be Unlimited. And I love helping people turn things around and switching things up so that instead of life happening to them, instead of all of these crazy things with our epidemic and people, not being able to work, being shut down, all the crazy things going on in the government, even with all those crazy things happening, I love helping people raise their energy and know this one thing that helps them shift out of feeling like life is happening to them. For example, the way my cat is happening on me. Yes, sometimes things just land on your lap. Sometimes you feel like you have no choice. I know what you're thinking. I couldn't stop the epidemic, right? It's happening to you. It's forced you to maybe wear a mask everywhere, maybe stay home. Maybe you've appreciated working from home, but it does seem like there are so many things that happen to us beyond the epidemic, maybe with our family and friends, maybe with our bills, whatever it may be. So it's so important when you're on a spiritual path, you have to come to a place where you know this one thing and you turn it all around, because you can't let life happen to you. No co-creator is going to be in charge of themselves and their lives when they are out of control, because the power is outside, the power that just keeps happening to them. So what's that one thing? Several years ago, many years ago, my guidance, or the energy that I channel, brought forward the idea of your book of life. And it's not just an idea, but it's not a literal thing, because in the world of energy, nothing is literal, it is energy. And what they said is that we are each writing a book of life. No one else writes your book of life, not even your source energy, your God, whatever you want to call that force, which I call your source energy. You are the only one that writes in your book of life, and you're writing in it every day. Don't know about it? You better, right? It's really important for you to know, because this is something like a journal that you're really contributing to every day, and that in some ways is going to be the legacy that is left once you're finished with your life. What is this book of life? How does it affect you? How are you writing in it? I mean, talk about things happening to you. I'm telling you that you're writing in this, and you don't even know it exists. And yet, when I talk to you about it, if you have some awareness, if you have some connection to yourself, you're going to sense it. Your book of life is really an accumulation of your perceptions and the way you perceive your experiences. So it isn't just having an Amazon, but it's whether I feel like my Amazon is constantly biting me and being mean to me, kind of thing, or whether I think that having an Amazon is one of the best experiences I've ever had when it comes to having a pet. She's just an incredible companion, and she doesn't shed fur that's going all over me. It is your perceptions, and you can say at the end of each day whether you feel good about yourself or whether you feel defeated, whether you feel like you're expanding your life, whether you feel like you can contribute to your life, you feel like you can be creative and express yourself, or whether you feel as though things just keep happening to you and your world is getting smaller and smaller. Life is getting harder and harder. These are your perceptions. You can also think of it as the way you process your life, your reactions, what you think about the things that occur to you in your day. The thing about your book of life, though, is that you can really react or respond in it, just like you can in life. You can feel helpless when an epidemic forces you to stay home. Or you can change your mind and raise your own frequency and empower yourself and recognize that, like so many other people, it's a great time to connect with self, to spend more time with the people you love, and maybe take on a companion, a pet. Last year for 2020, as far as I understood, all of the rescues and adoption centers and animal shelters ran out of pets because so many people were home and they chose to get a pet. So really the glass can be half full or half empty. But the thing is, I want you to recognize it's more than just how you think of the glass and whether you're positive or negative. It's far more than that, because it's really the energy that you are carrying. Are you raising your frequency or letting your frequency get lower and lower? Are you able to impact your own life, or is life impacting you? Are you expanding or contracting? And does it come down to your perception and whether the glass is half empty or half full? It really comes down to your perception. You're going to raise your frequency when you recognize that what you write in your book of life is that energetic piece of you that is far more impactful on you and your life than life itself. In other words, people who choose to be happy, people who choose to respond, and who choose to find their ability to make a choice in any situation, they're the ones that are going to raise their frequency and that are going to actually have a better experience tomorrow. They're the ones who really wind up feeling better because they feel like they can do something with their lives, about their lives. And you can too. What you perceive and how you feel at the end of your day about yourself and about your life are far more meaningful than just what you might write in your journal about the day. They are so impactful, it's like roots to a plant. And as you grow those energetic roots, if those roots are rich and nourished and giving bright energy and bright light and given the opportunity and the choices to enrich themselves, then tomorrow that plant is going to be that much bigger, brighter, and more able to reach the light, reach the rain, grow, evolve, express itself, and have a great experience. So, even if life is happening to you in these crazy times that we're experiencing, I want you to turn it around and recognize that you get to perceive and put into your book of life what you choose to perceive. Staying home, I understand that it can be ridden with all sorts of problems. I do get that, but I want you to understand that you start to turn them around when you take on a companion pet or something that's meaningful. Maybe you spend more time with your family. One of my long-standing students has taken this opportunity of the epidemic to really improve her marriage of 25 years, and it's the best it's ever been. So, out of an epidemic, she's finally finding some real connection in her marriage, a deeper connection than she's ever had. You can really shift your perception and shift the energy that you're using to write in your book of life and to have a better experience tomorrow. It's one simple thing, and yet it is so impactful, like the roots of a plant that then becomes a tree and that then has far greater height, reach, energy, expression, and abundance. So make sure to write and own yourself and write the best you can about yourself and your day in your book of life, because giving yourself the choice makes all the difference. Thanks for joining me in this video. Make sure to subscribe and like so that you catch the next one.